Welcome back to our channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had your IST manager smash that subscribe button, go and have them smash it right now. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to the growing list of patrons. Crystal, La Reina, Tony Rex, Hernan, Michael Mua, Winston, Alejandro, Abuelito Irma, Trailero760, G, Grant, El Skid, Nathan, Hobie Cat, Mika Boy, Lead with Love, Charles, Albert12, Soulstar LA, AI Vega, Esquiel, Big Bad 48, JT, Nova, Jack, Linda, Angel, Michigan Wolverines, Mikey 559, the homie Marius, Javel 66, Gigi, and Daus Herrero. If you have not already signed up, make sure you hit that link in the description below. You are definitely missing out. This episode right here, man, it's a little OJT on the job training, considering the circumstances, what's going on in the California Department of Corrections. This may save your guys' ass, right? I can say ass because I'm not bound by policy and procedure. Ass for the people in the back. Here we go. So, how to quell a riot. How to quell a race riot in the most safest, efficient, possible way, right? It's going to be chaotic, of course. That goes without saying. So here we go, man. You little fish cops, pescaditos. Preparing for the riot starts before the actual riot kicks off, okay? How are you going to do this? Well, first of all, you're going to stop eating your fucking cheeseburgers, Big Macs, and burritos, right? Because you're going to be moving and you don't want to be huffing and puffing. Second of all, you got to mentally put yourself, prepare, right, for what you are about to encounter, what you're about to see, the sights, the sounds, the smells, etc., right? You do not want to be in the mix and be caught off guard, right? That should not even be happening. You shouldn't even be walking into that fucking front gate through staff entrance not on guard, period, right? You got to be ready to get stabbed in the back by management. Here we go. Anyways, you go to the fucking program office, right? You chit out what you chit out. There's grenades. Use them. They're there for a reason, right? Don't prep the fucking pin because you don't want that shit going off. Know how your equipment works, in other words. You should be knowing this through your alarm response training. Familiarize yourself with your equipment. You shouldn't be trying to figure out how to do what in the middle of the mix, right? You're going to see, okay, this grenade, okay, I know what it's for. I know what it's not for. You guys are catching my drift. Gas mask, they got them. Do you really need them? Not really. Just don't be a bitch. And honestly, your battery, make sure you have a battery. Your MK9, make sure that there's plenty of chemical agents in there. If not, get it exchanged with central control. Again, you should not be waiting till fucking something kicks off for you to be like, oh, help me, Sarge, right? Don't do that. Don't sabotage everybody that way. Okay? Communicate, right? Communicate. Just as much as they expect us to communicate with inmates, and we should, communicate with your partners. Hey, man, what's going on? Right? The people you are relieving. Therefore, come 15 to 20 minutes early, as you should regardless. Don't be a shitty straight-up relief. And, hey, man, what's up? How's the tension? Okay? Anybody acting funny? Yeah, they're all acting funny. Didn't you hear what happened in High Desert? Yeah, everybody's acting funny, right? The air's crispy. This is for the air being crispy already. Fuck, you should be doing this on a daily basis. There's no assigned time when a riot's going to kick off, right? On a daily basis. Yeah, okay, Okay, here we go. When you go out to the yard, look at the wind socks. Those wind socks are those things on top of the buildings, and they'll show you where the wind is blowing, right? Depending, Donovan didn't have them for the longest time. It doesn't matter. I'm not really the only time I'm going to bring up Donovan in this topic is what not to do, period. Familiarize yourself with keys, right? More than likely, it's a level 4. There's gates everywhere. Do not be yelling keys across the yard. Know which key opens up which door or which lock. Oh, heck, that's common sense. Now you're just preaching common sense. You'd be fucking surprised, right? You'd be surprised. That way you're not fumbling at the gate when all hell has broken loose, right? Hell has frozen over. You got the Sureños and blacks and the Norteños and everybody else all up in the mix. Boom, pow, pang, right? You're going to look at your windsocks, right? You're going to look at observation. You're going to look at your gun tower. You're going to go to your fucking post. You're going to sit there patiently doing your damn job until you see something spicy, right? When it kicks off, let me see. I'm going to walk you through this shit. Let's say it kicks off during some type of yard release or morning chow. Now you got inmates in a housing unit. Well, without the 180s. I never worked the 180. I'm talking about like a 270 design. Either way, motherfuckers are fucking starting to fight. They have started the riot, right? They have started it. But you have been preparing. You've been rehearsing in your head. Central control. Be advised. Code 3. Charlie yard. Charlie 2. Woo, woo. What you're not going to do is say, Central control, be advised, I got blacks and Mexicans fighting. You're not going to put the race over the radio. Again, you'd be surprised. Why don't you do that? So you don't want the whole fucking prison hearing, and now the whole prison has erupted. Have some dignity and some respect. Okay. Now you have one correctional officer in the dining hall with a staff member. They need to come out, right? They need to be saved. Don't forget about them. Make them a priority. Okay, without giving up game here. Do not, this is not 1990, do not go and run into the middle of the inmates fighting and stabbing each other and start to grab people and bear hug and throw them to the ground and do what Hulkamaniacs and suplexes and elbow drops. They created your techniques and procedures for a reason. Safety, right? Officer safety, to be exact. Well, since you've rehearsed and you know which grenades you have, you don't have a gas mask because you're not a bitch, right? Oh, Hector, that's an equipment. Okay, put it on. Shit, put it on. Fine. You know where the wind is blowing. Your gunners, I told you to look where they're at. Do not get in their way, right? Go where you're going to set up. Do not get in their fucking way. Let the guns work, right? Let them work. 40 millimeter. Whatever they want to use. Boom, boom, boom. You're going to have the troops coming. Now you're on your little line, right? Have enough space where you're able to do what you got to do. You're going to have partners that are overzealous, panicking, whatever. Don't let them run up in the mix. Put your hands on them physically, grab them and pull them back. You'd be surprised. A sergeant got in trouble for that at Donovan. Donovan's fucking bullshit. So, yeah, if you gotta help your partner, snap them out of it. Hey, kid, come here. Right, pull them back. If you're a seasoned officer and experienced, handle your business. Handle your business. As a sergeant, when I was a sergeant, if I knew which cops were good, right? There's no way I was going to go there as a response supervisor and take over the show when they perfectly had it down. And I used to tell them that too, man. You got to handle it. And you can take a step back as a sergeant and watch with the show. Not to watch the show, but watch what you got to do, right? Put people where you got to put them. You catch my drift now. If you are a gunner, listen to what I'm telling you. With the 40 millimeter, unless it meets the deadly force, lethal force criteria, do not aim for their fucking heads. Trust me, it's not cute. It's not funny. I'm telling you for a reason. Don't do it. Inmates will die. It's happened, right? It is lethal. The exact impact sponge round is fucking lethal. You hit him in the dome. Don't do it. Everybody's stabbing the shit out of each other. You got your little lines. You're not going into the mix. You're deploying chemical agents. You're letting the guns work. You've already secured the kitchen cop, if I didn't already say that. Your sergeant has arrived. The other troops are starting to arrive. Get down. Right now, no, don't start goofy looping and say get down a million fucking times, because clearly they're not getting down. They're not getting down. You got the alarm blaring. Right. Get down. You guys got body-worn cameras now, so refrain from saying anything fucking stupid. please. And again, you'd be fucking surprised. Like maybe there's an inmate that's been giving you a headache and he's getting stabbed up. Don't say, yeah, that's what your bitch ass gets, motherfucker. That's it. That's what's up. Now you know what time it is. How did that feel, puto? Don't do it. Trust me. Ooh, you'd be fucking surprised, man. As a supervisor, you'd be reviewing some cameras and be like, why? What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Have some discipline, have some bearing, have some composure. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Feed that oxygen to your brain. Your body's going to do what it wants to do. Tunnel vision, right? It's going to focus on the threat. Fight to gain your vision back. Do not get sucked into that tunnel vision. Fight to get it back. Auditory exclusion. You're not going to hear certain shit, right? So pay attention. Your sergeant could be like, hey, you come here. I need you. And you're just like in the fucking zone, right? 1,000-mile fucking 1,000-yard stare back in Vietnam. Your old Fallujah, right? Hector's back in Fallujah. It's all kicked off. I never went to Fallujah, but you get my drift. All right. They're fighting. You're quelling it. Blah, blah, blah. They're fucking fighting everywhere. They're fighting in the housing units. They're fighting on the yard. They're fighting in the chow hall. Secure the chow hall door. No need. If you've already pulled all the staff out there, shut that door. Start lobbing grenades in there. If there's a gunner up in observation or if there's two gunners, they'll eventually crawl down into the gunner post and they'll handle business in there. And then when it is safe to do so, we'll go in there and perform restraint operations. Oh my God. I cannot say this enough. If you have an MK9 or an MK46, oleoresin capsicum, OC, do not spray your fucking partners in the face. For the love of God, do not spray your partners in the fucking eyeballs. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Well, Hector, have you had it done to you? Yes. It's dumb to have it done to you in the middle of a riot, right? Don't lose your mind. Don't lose your mind. Gotta wet the whistle. You should be hydrated, so don't be getting shit-faced the night before. Don't use excessive use of force. That goes without saying. Don't use unnecessary use of force. That goes without saying. There's no need to be doing extra. Why? They're already stabbing each other. You're already deploying force options. Don't fucking overdo it. Come on, man. Have some fucking common sense here. All right. Now, all the criminals involved, all the suspects involved are proned out. Ooh, expect this. Expect this. Expect them to get down, prone out, and then pop back up. Start doing it all over again. Expect them to get down, pop back up, start to do it all over again. Expect them to get down, pop all up, and overdo it again. Don't prepare for that now, so you're not surprised. Like, holy shit, what the hell? Right? There's a reason they do burpees. You're gonna see why. Motherfuckers are like ninjas, like cats. Now you got a bloody mess everywhere. You got inmates crying that the pepper spray is burning. You're on your line. That is your line. Do not give up that line. And I'm going to tell you guys something. Donovan, you had a line, right? You guys know what I'm referring to. I'm not giving up too much game. There was one inmate who was refusing to lock it up. They called a big-ass code. The inmate is still standing up while they have the line there. The alarm's blaring. Donovan was wild with it. The inmate would go up to the line and go like this to the staff, and these fucking cops were moving their line back for one fucking inmate. You had the rest of the inmates laughing at them. You had the inmate fucking mocking them. Yeah, that's right, what's up, bitches. Going to get water, taking a break from the drinking fountain. You got the alarm blaring. You got the sergeant in there. It was all bad, man. Now you know why I left. I couldn't put up with this shit. See, the riot doesn't get my blood pressure going. The buffoonery does. Don't give up that line. Have Inmates rushed lines in the past. Oh yeah, absolutely 100%. Be prepared for that. All right. Medical attention. Now these dudes they've stopped. They have stopped. There's fucking every fucking responder in the prison is there. Now they've stopped. Oh, did I say to make a calm radio communication when it kicks off? You should be rehearsing what your radio communication is going to be before it kicks off, right? And central control, for the love of God, don't scream bloody murder in the fucking all radio monitoring unit. You're in a cool, calm, air conditioned. There's no need for you to get your blood pressure up, right? Doesn't work that way. You'd be surprised. Now you definitely got to perform medical life saving procedures, right? Or medical life saving procedures. Yeah, you could say that. And we do it when they overdose. You go to training for a reason, right? They teach you what they teach you when it comes to medical stuff. I mean, we're not fucking open heart surgeons, but we do know the basics. Putting pressure where there's blood. Oh, please, I forgot to mention this. Make sure you have a pair of latex gloves. I know your cool little fucking gloves with the hard knuckles looks really tactical and shit, but blood will go right through it. You don't want to take that home to your kids. Wear some fucking latex gloves and have extra. So when the lieutenant comes like I do, I'll be like, come here, give me some gloves, kid. Okay, LT. Right. Here we go. So, you see what you see. You see a bloody fucking mess, right? You see injuries all throughout the neck, right? Get on the radio and call out what you see to medical. What you need. Inmate, I got an inmate with multiple stab wounds in his neck, right? Get a blue t-shirt that's neck on the ground. Either you apply, you can throw it at them, have them apply pressure on their own neck, and or once they start doing restraint sweeps, right? However they do it, whether you call them back to you or you fucking start just gaffling dudes up how you're supposed to. Not gonna go into that. Yeah, now we're talking about the first aid, right? Now you actually have to treat these dudes until the ETV, IETV gets there. If you have a good fucking lieutenant, he should be on the fucking radio with the firehouse, the fire captain, explaining how severe the situation is, because we probably have a mass casualty, a mass CAS event now, where you're going to need numerous ambulances, probably a life flight, and they're going to start staging that, right? They're going to do what they're going to do. I forgot to mention that when you're on your line and you're watching the riot, quelling the riot, focus on your fucking area of the pie. Don't be nosy looking around. Hey, what the hell is going on over there? It doesn't fucking pertain to you, right? Unless you know there's nobody behind you and you got to put yourself in a position of advantage. You restraint operations. Oh, here's a good one, man. I'm fucking throwing you guys a gem on this one. Holy shit. This one's a good one, right? And I'm teaching you guys all this shit for a reason. When you get the flex cuffs, right? They're going to drop the flex cuffs from the observation or the control booth. With 2 fingers, put it on the dude's wrist and fucking wrench the flex cuffs, right? So you have 2 fingers of space. I didn't say 3 fingers, 1 finger, 4 fingers. You know what I mean? Because when you're high tense and you zip that motherfucker down and their hands are purple, now everybody's in the chow hall. Once we separate the races, they're going to be complaining, and rightfully so, man. Their hands are like fucking mushrooms, purple. Hey, cut these cuffs off. Got to go around the whole fucking damn dining hall and cut them off and reapply them. Don't do it. Just do it right the first time. Put your fucking 2 fingers in there, wrench it fat, slide out your fingers. I know I got the guys in blue saying, oh, thank you, LT. Thank you, man. Those guys go nuts with it. Ooh, right. Now you're going to separate them, put some people here, some people there. You know what I'm talking about, right? Oh, this was the worst part. I said this was the worst part, right? Because they get so impatient and antsy and just fucking, man, they start doing shenanigans in there. Right, until we rehouse them, and they're gonna rehouse them back in their building, back in their cell, unless they've had 2 riots in a 12-month period, then they're going to ADSIG. Who knows these days? I don't know. Can't keep up. I think that was it for officers. If you're a gunner, when you show up on shift, make sure your windows are open. I'm gonna tell you guys another thing about Donovan. If you're in the control booth, there was a staff assault at Donovan in the building. Motherfucking officers fighting for his life with the fucking inmate. The alarm is on. Inmates yelling bloody, or the officers yelling bloody murder. I'll be damned if that correctional officer in the control booth didn't go over there and put up his windows because it was too much commotion for him. Right? Too much commotion for him. Here we go. I can't drop enough gems fast enough. Don't walk alone prior. Right? I'm going back to prior. Little things I missed. It used to be, hey, on the level 4 yard, you walk in pairs, you walk in partners everywhere. And now, with all these level 4 overrides, fucking everybody should walk in pairs, walk in partners. Here's a shitty thing. When riots tend to happen, there tends to be too many chiefs and not enough Indians. I don't know if I can say that, but you know what I mean, man. I have a good friend, initials AC, brother type JC. This dude was involved in a riot. A-Yard, RJD, lieutenant. Motherfucker had some common sense, some experience, and well, you had an AW who thought he was Rico Suave trying to step on the LT's toes. The incident commander. There's one incident commander, right? It's not. And you had the medical staff person saying like they wanted to treat the inmates when it wasn't even fucking safe to do so. Start moving. That's not how none of that works, right? If you're an incident commander, have some fucking nuts, step up and call your shots. Period. Man, we just quelled a riot in 22 minutes. No reason why you can't do it in less time, right? With that, the message for today is if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So with that, keep pushing forward.